Spider-Man Far From Home stars Tom Holland, Zendaya and Jake Gyllenhaal and is directed by John Watts. After the events of Avengers Endgame, Peter Parker takes a trip to Europe with his school friends, but it isn't long before the world needs Spider-Man once again to save them from a threat from an alternate universe known as the Elementals. Now guys, as always, this is a spoiler-free review, as all the reviews on this channel are always kept spoiler-free, so you can always rely on old Timsy to keep his promise. But one thing to point out here is there's going to be certain plot points within this film that I am going to brush past as to not spoil this film. But Spider-Man Far From Home assumes that you've seen Avengers Endgame, so make sure that you have seen Endgame before proceeding. Tom Holland returns as Peter Parker / the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man once again and shows that he's an excellent casting choice for this particular character. One of the things that I was a little bit hesitant about going into this film is that I was worried it was going to be too much of a retread of previous Spider-Man films that we have seen before, in that we see a similar character arc in this film as where we saw with some of the earlier Spider-Man films. Peter's struggling and wrestling between his duties as Spider-Man and also Peter Parker, and he often has to make really difficult choices as to which way he's going to go. And that is in this film, but thankfully there is a fresh angle here in that he's also feeling the weight of Tony Stark's legacy, and I thought that was a really cool angle for this film, and it played very well as a self-contained film and also as an addition to the Marvel series of movies that we've had. Tom Holland is once again great here as Spider-Man, guys, and I think he's been great ever since his debut in Captain America Civil War. I do think in this film, though, he has definitely found a stride with the character, so hopefully we do get a few more movies with him. Jake Gyllenhaal is also great as a new addition to the cast here, and he definitely has a lot to do within the film. The only cast member I wasn't really sold on, and this was also a criticism in Homecoming, is Zendaya as MJ. Now, Zendaya's fine. She's an excellent performer. She's an excellent actress on screen, and that's not really an issue here with her acting. I just feel that there's a very strange direction for the character in this series here, and just the writing does tend to make her unlikable in some instances, and it almost has me questioning why Peter Parker would actually fall for her. So in some instances, the love story here just doesn't quite work for me. Now, the awesome Kevin Smith, who knows a thing or two about great superhero films, once said that there are 3 components that go into making a great superhero film: heart, humor, and spectacle. Far From Home definitely has heart, sure. The humor here is somewhat okay. The cast has shown that they have great energy and great charisma and chemistry on screen, and that was all great. I mean, it was really established in the first film. I do feel that the writing lets them down in some instances here, where this film starts to suffer from what I call Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 syndrome here, in that some of the humor did feel a little bit forced in spots. Now, where Far From Home excels and Homecoming faltered is in its action scenes, and Watts has definitely stepped up his game from the previous film. The third act is a pretty impressive display of spectacle that is far better choreographed, shot, and edited here. I think Homecoming had the better script overall, but this is definitely the better outing down to an excellent execution from its crew. It has that grander scale to it that we definitely expect from these movies. And Far From Home even goes a step further and gets us to think, and it explores themes of self-belief, misinformation and truth, and also legacy. And that was really cool to see, and I think it makes up for a few of the film's shortcomings. I think Spidey fans are going to be happy with this film. I think fans of the Marvel film series are going to be happy with how this film ties into those earlier films, and this film does it quite wonderfully, actually. And I think the casual moviegoer who doesn't fall into those first 2 camps are also going to be quite happy with this film. I had a great time with this one, guys. 4 stars.
Dude, you gotta do something! Just don't let them see me. Go! Come on, get out of here!
Go! Let's go!
Guys, if you dug this review, don't forget to flick a like and subscribe, as it helps the channel out a great deal. And there's more reviews coming soon, guys, so watch out for those. There's a few coming up this month that I'm looking forward to reviewing. And until next time, don't forget, a weekend watching movies is a weekend well spent. Thanks for watching.